All right, we're live. We're just waiting for the match to start here against Mochy. Welcome to my channel. I guess they will be playing a 7-point match today with UBC rules, meaning that you have to both win the match and win the PR in order to go on to the next round. The first match will be 7 points. If there is no winner decided decisively after this round, they'll play a 5-point match, and if there isn't a decisive winner after that match, they'll play a 3-point match until they just keep on going until someone ends up being the winner. Yeah, so welcome to my channel. If you want to just like the video, subscribe to the channel while you're here. I will text Mochy and see when they are about to begin. All right. My name is Justin, by the way. I'm a backgammon player here in New York City, currently under quarantine. Haven't left my apartment in weeks, so waking up a little bit early to stream a match from Mochy and an Iranian player whom I'm unfamiliar with, though Mochy told me yesterday that he's pretty strong. It's pretty exciting. I really like the UBC format. I like a skill-based game. If anybody ever wants to play me on Backgammon Galaxy, my name is here, shot by Justin. And I do a lot of streaming on my own channel where I play and put matches on, and I also do commentary and XG analysis over other people's matches sometimes. Let's just see what he says. Where are they? All right, let's see what he says. Just waiting on Mochy here. There he is. I see him. All right. So when the match starts, we'll click in. See if we can find out where they're playing on Galaxy here. We can see they've got a bunch of streams going today. Pages and pages of matches, so let's hope it doesn't get lost in the fray. Makes me want to click on it. I want to play Mochy. And I'll have my phone open too, so I'll be able to see the stream if anyone has any comments. Can you hear me better now? I can adjust the volume. It's actually at 100%. I cannot adjust the volume. I'll just get closer to the microphone. And here they are. All right. Got his 3-1, so obviously he's going to enter and hit. 5-4, gets to make the advanced anchor. Pretty strong so far. Double fours. This is an interesting roll. You could consider just making the 4-point here. Twos, super strong. I would just make the 4 and make the 11. I'm definitely making the 4-point. Yeah. 3-2, just double anchor. I don't think I would hit, but that's why I'm not Mochy. This is going pretty fast. He gets to anchor again. Where's the 4 going? Here. A6. I like that. You don't need to hit a second guy. Is he going to try to win coming forward? Just playing 2 down from the mid. Can hit. I mean, you're down 21 pips in the race right now. Seems reasonable while you're still holding those 2 anchors. 3-4 misses, so you should just slot the 5-point. What's he thinking about now? Mochy's holding 2 anchors, so I don't see the point in throwing a cube out right now. Just play safe. Well, we could hit 2, but it seems a bit big. Here, yeah. It's going by really quickly for me. Double 5s gets to hit. That's a strong number. Really strong, actually. No problem entering, though. Hopping out. What about this double 5s? Nope, that's blocked. Guess you're going to bring 1 around from the 23-point. Ooh, just make the outside anchor. This is really strong. He gets he's only down, what, 9 pips right now? So there's no need to do anything ridiculous. Very fast. So what anchor does he want to make? Or is he just going to play flexible all the way out to the 15? That's what he's thinking about now, but if he makes the anchor, where's the 6? Is he going to make the deuce? Is he going to make the 3-point anchor? A lot to consider. $19, so after the 7, he's going to be down 12 pips. I'd like to have an anchor in my inner board. We just make the 5-point. Pretty strong. I would take the spare from the 11-point. Just creates a bit more of a flexible position. And I slot the deuce in from 6 to 5. Oh, well, I guess this keeps a 6 for a little while, but you don't end up making one of the strongest points. That gap on the 2 could be a problem in a little bit, but I'll trust Mochy. He's got it slotted now anyway, but he doesn't have it covered. Those double blots aren't the best. Double 2s is really strong. Puts him up a little bit more in the race. Allows him to bring it forward. Just make the bar here. All right. See if he doesn't have a problem bringing the rest of it home. So 11 pips. Mochy is stuck back on the 22-point. With the bar point made, you can't really take many of those. Not only does he have the racing lead, but it ends up just being very difficult for him to get out and around. Even if he does hit later on. Make the defensive point, or are we just making the offensive 5? A little bit of both. A little bit of both. The 6-3 can make the 3 over his head, and the 4-3 just play down and just make the 5. Or this, of course. Why risk being hit? Let's see here. See what anyone is saying here. So the volume is still low. See if I can get a little bit closer to the microphone here. Interesting. I guess being down in the race, there's no point in advancing your anchor any. You just want to increase the contact zone. And with the 6-2, what are we doing here? Just playing safe, giving up the blocking power there. This is good. What are we waiting for? 6-4 is interesting. He's just going to hold that anchor. Sometimes when he ends up being stripped on the outside, you end up giving it up, but not now. His board's a little bit too strong. See if he can fade the ace. He doesn't fade the ace. Gets hit. Oh, and he fans. This would be a good cube now. Drum roll, what's he gonna do? I don't like taking when I'm on the roof like this. 3-4, I just play 2 down. Double 5s just can make the 3-point. It's all forced. Just make the 5. Now we've got a blitzing structure from blue. He should not be... Yeah. 6-5. Would just make the 4-point. I'm not going to run against his structure. And what is blue going to do here? I would try coming out to the midpoint. You're kind of priming yourself here. Allowing yourself to get stuck. You really don't want to be 6 away from the 8-point there, because how are you going to get off that point, right? You're ahead in the race and you're allowing yourself effectively to be trapped. Just trying your best to start a counter prime now, but yeah, I didn't really like anchoring there. I would have come out to the 18-point. It's the first play I've really seen where I didn't really like what I saw, although, to be fair, things are going really fast. There's a lot of plays I'm just not seeing in general. Ooh, super strong. Just make the 5-point on his head. Wow. All right. What's he going to do here? He himself's getting primed. Can you take this? Maybe. I mean, he still has to get out and around. He might not roll a 5 for a while. I'd have a hard time passing this one. I mean, he's anchored on the 23-point still. All right. I can respect it. You know, it's one of those plays where I could certainly see myself blundering in that situation. Double 3s just makes the bar. That was a good fight. Could definitely see myself taking it, though, with him back on the 23 anchored like that. All right, 2-1 just makes the 5 point. Very strong rolls, very strong replies. Oh, he gets hit. He gets hit. Unless he's going to just make the bar, but I'm going to hit him still. The race is really close, and I don't want him building on me. All right, I mean, get to just anchor in the future, I guess. Wow, what a roll. 6-4. Is he just going to stack it all up? Yeah, I guess so. Looks ugly, but what are you going to do? Now he's trapped back on the 23 point. He's got that dilly builder. Really, really, really strong rolls today. What are you going to do with this one? You could definitely consider making the 4 and then maybe just the 9. Could also just make the 4 and the 3, but you don't want to give up that blocking power. Yeah. I guess you don't have to leave a blot at all. Seems a bit more reasonable. What are you going to do with this 6-5? I mean, you're down in the race, so running off the anchor, which is the play that doesn't leave the shot, is also kind of against the position. But it seems the only constructive play. But then this can happen. And I can guarantee you that he doesn't like this. Oh, wow, 6-5. I would just play 2 in. Yep. Don't want to get hit back on the outside, and brings in more builders to attack on the 24 point. And here comes the attack. Oh, a6. This, just as I thought this could be a short match, and he hits back. Wow, brutality, followed by a fan. Sick, and he hits again. Oh, my goodness. Double 5s, 4-3. I don't know if I'd give him double 1s, but I understand. With 2 guys on the roof, I'm not necessarily all that concerned about having the bar point, but now he makes the ace. And this looks like a gammon to me. If he doesn't leave a shot, that's for certain. So he's just trying to play safe. Is he going to clear the 6 or just take 2 off? Yeah. I mean, it loses more games, but it definitely wins more gammons. All right. Still keeping the 5-point board. Now Mochy's racing around trying to get off the G. Can he do it? Doesn't look good. It doesn't look likely. He's going to need some good rolls. Oh my goodness. Yeah, one of the interesting ideas here for PR is actually just to stay back here. Just giving yourself more decisions to run off the G. So this is the roll where you come off because now he can get off with all 4 here. There's little PR tricks that you can have along the way to give yourself more added decisions, which will bring down your average PR. If he just runs out and he's guaranteed to lose a gammon, he doesn't get decisions for those. So here, the 5-1 should just split from the back. All we're trying to do is just win the game. If you were trying to win additional gammons, you would slot. But here, 1 point for the leader just wins. So every play to just win the match. He goes for the slot variation. I guess he considers this structure a blitzing structure and didn't want to split against it. Oh, he's got the double anchor now. That's a really strong roll with the 4-3. Oh, well, yeah. No, of course. Hitting just to win. All he needs to do is win. Just to keep the game going for the next round. What are we doing here with these double fives? Can he hit twice? He can hit twice. So he can hit on the outside. He can hit on the inside. Now this 6-1 is awkward. Ooh, and now we got his 20-point anchor. It's a bit too strong for me. I would just make my defensive anchor. I'm not worried about him hitting on the outside with rolls like this 5 here. Well, he didn't hit me. By me, I mean he didn't hit. I don't know how he's going to bring this home. That position looks a little bit too stacked for me. I guess you can just always resort to rolling double 5s or double 6s in these positions, which is what my opponents always tend to do. But otherwise, you're going to have a hard time. Wow. Just missed completely. Well, I guess that's one way to do it. I guess that's one way to do it. Perfect structure now. And now Mochy's leaving a shot. Doesn't have to, but how are you going to bring this home? Wow. Worst time to volunteer, too, right? Guess you can't do it. His board's just way too strong. Went from nothing to everything in a roll. But by playing to the ace, I mean, it doesn't really solve your problems. You have to do it on the next roll anyway. So maybe I would have did it with the 6-5 earlier just to stop myself from having to do it that last time. But he gets to come in and hit, and wow. Where's the 2-1? Yeah, you got a double hit. Got a double hit. Oh, you got to hit again and come out. Or you can play down. Gives yourself a bit more covers, but I don't like the idea of priming myself. Fan. 6-4. Guess you got to hit again. Got to hit again. Yeah. Oh, it's the wrong guy's roll. Double 2s. Double 2s is really strong. Whoa, was that right with the double 2s there? And now Mochy's on the roof with 2 checkers here. The game is going so fast I can barely keep up. Oh, the 3 is awkward. He's going to have to hit. Wait, he didn't... Oh, I guess. I didn't see that you could just run around and try to make it. Yeah, I guess getting hit back would be really bad. That was a nice find there. You're going to hit on the ace point. Stop him from anchoring. You could switch. Yeah, seems reasonable. What are we going to do here? Could play all the way out to the 13. This could be over. Why not just 2 down? He's got 2 on the roof. You'd have multiple guys pointing. I'm sure there was a reason. Maybe double 6 would have played funny, but you would have given yourself more checkers to make the point, but you make it anyway. There you go. And 6-1. Okay. Structure's a little bit awkward, but not anymore. 6-3. Very solid now, as long as he doesn't roll any small numbers. He won't be leaving any shots. Oh, now he's odd. Mochy wants to fan. No, he doesn't fan, and the match is over. All right, let's see what the PR is. Since Mochy lost the match, he needs to win the PR in order for them to play a 5-point match next. All right, drum roll. Drum roll. Oh, and Mochy lost the PR too. Wow. Wow. All right. I guess there's only one match. And we have a winner. Very, very nice. He says he was lucky. Well, I mean, listen. You get good numbers, you play them well, good things happen. That's all I'm saying. If you get good numbers and you play them poorly, well then, you still might lose. Or you still might win too, because it's backgammon. You never know, right? Wow, that was an interesting match. So we should definitely go over the analysis. I think Mochy might call me to go over some of the mistakes we've seen in this match. I'd like for him to send me the actual XG file so I don't have to go through the analysis on Galaxy, but we're definitely going to go over this match. Let me just message Mochy, see if he wants to give me a call. Let's just see what he says here. Congratulations to Andy, though. That's no small feat there, defeating Mochy in a match, right? And also out-PRing him. Those sorts of things don't happen every day. Let's see the stats here. Yeah, so there was some cube errors. I wonder if that pass he had was a take in that one game. I think I would have taken it. I found it really hard to pass when he's anchored on the 23 point there. Just waiting for a response here. Could just briefly go through the analyze on our own. So now that I can actually see this slowly, let's see what's going on here. So the 5-4 obviously has to hit on the outside. Dun, 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 dun. 6-1. So he came out to make the 17. I would have given this a bit more consideration because obviously you're giving yourself good structure just trying to get around. But you're not that ahead in the race. So hitting seems very, very reasonable. All right, Mochy just sent me the file. I'm going to pop this into Extreme Gammon. And I'm going to call Mochy. I'm going to call him in 1 minute. I'm going to download this file here from Facebook. And we will analyze the match with the Super Grandmaster. Let's download this and open it up in XG. And analyze. We'll go back over and we will call Mochy. All right, let's give him a phone call here. Ring, ring, ring. Hey, Mochy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You can hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. Let me just check the stream to see if everyone can hear you there. Let me just click on the YouTube link here. Can you guys hear Mochy? Let's see what they say. We've got 60 people still watching. It's pretty good.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. If you guys like the video, of course, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Somebody said, oh no, the stream is dead? Let me double check this here. What do they mean this stream is dead? What do they mean this stream is dead? Looks like it's still going. Oh, it says the stream health is poor right now. What's happening here? Ah, they said the video was lagging since I called you. Maybe it's taxing the internet. All right, let me just see if I can do something about that. So you guys can hear Mochy, but he's not super loud. Let me turn up the volume here on the desktop audio. All right, can you try saying something again, Mochy?
Hello? Yeah?
All right,
How is
how
it
does he
now?
sound? Ah, someone said it's okay now. Because
Okay, cool.
when we were streaming, I have to have the desktop audio low because of the sounds for because of the sounds of the game, so I had to turn you back up. All right, so I just put the match through XG. It says you played a 3.9 against 3.52. So do you want to go over some of these plays, the interesting ones?
Sure.
All right. Well, you can guide me through it. I'll just move to the plays
Well, you should
that you
guide me
found.
through.
Yeah, sure. So we can go through game one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the opponent played a 6-1 here, and he decided to make the 17 point
Mm-hmm.
instead of hitting, which I thought was interesting at the time. You know, obviously in a blitz match, things go by really quickly, and it's hard for me to kind of assess the position because I'm not really playing.
Yeah, I also didn't even, realize how he did. So, because it's too fast and it's not my decision anyways.
Yeah,
And
so why waste the brain power on someone else's choice, right?
yeah. Well, especially for the speed gammon.
Of course. So what do you think about this one? I know it's not your decision, but do you think he's far enough ahead in the race to kind of take this sort of structure here instead of just hitting to try to gain a bit more ground, or?
I guess he did not hit me because he didn't want to put my guys back and give me some timing of back game, I think. But apparently he should have hit according to Extreme Gammon because otherwise I could play holding game, I guess.
And the race is just too close to really go into a
Yeah,
holding game.
yeah. He's not leading like 50 pips or something like that. So the timing is still doubtful even after hit. But the more interesting part is my 6-3 afterwards. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I thought about this too. I wasn't sure either.
I mean, it's a first blunder of the match, and this actually affects psychologically until the end of the game because I wasn't sure, and I knew something is wrong, and of course I was punished by Extreme Gammon here because now I'm leaving a bunch of blocks for no reason, and I didn't achieve anything. By making a 3-point, I actually unstuck the 6-point, and I make a 3, and the 3 points forever. And of course, it's no blocks, and most likely the game goes on. So why you hit? But of course, it's speed gammon too.
So you're just trying to make the permanent structure, and then maybe get a chance to hit him later because you have good defensive structure, right?
Yeah, and I mean, hitting is just horrible. I mean, as I said, I didn't achieve anything because it's how many numbers I don't even know. I don't even count. It's like
It's
20
impossible to
numbers or
count.
something.
It's impossible to count in the speed match, right?
Yeah,
You just have to make a decision sometimes.
Yeah, but I also felt that I mean, very often it's correct to hit when you can hit, right? And this is the last guy, so if I let him go, then he might just win without leaving a shot or something. So I didn't want to make a huge blunder by not hitting. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So I wanted to be a safe side, and I was apparently very wrong.
Sometimes that's like the decision making with a lot of decisions, It's like maybe it's an error now, but like would it be a bigger error the other way? I sometimes cube when I'm not sure if it's a cube just to avoid compound errors over time,
Mm-hmm,
for not doubling.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All right, so that was a good decision. Very interesting. So just trying to make the permanent structure because, with all of those points you have on the outside, it's going to be difficult for him to get home without leaving an additional shot sometime in the future. And you're just using the structure on the 6, all the stacked checkers there to make something permanent. Yeah, I can see that. But I could also see your idea where, maybe he just doesn't hit you and you get to attack, but there's just a lot of work
Right.
to do otherwise getting around, even if you do successfully make points and bat him around for a little bit. It's not like the 5 point is made too, right? So, yeah, it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, the rest of this game was played well. He hit with the 5-2, but just not in the best way possible. The 6-1. What about this 6-1 here? Move number
Yeah.
12?
Yeah, I spent some time on it. I guess I spent like 20 seconds or so. I wasn't
Yeah,
sure.
I saw
I
this
mean,
one.
apparently, making a 3 point, making an anchor over there is safer. I'm not going to be blitzed. But of course, it's leave a shot on the bar point. So there's pro and cons, and I have to weigh. And I counted the bad numbers. So say I played 12, 22 to 15, then he has he has almost no bad number. I mean, shot leaving, except probably like 6-5. I mean, 6-4 plays, 6-3 plays. No, also 6-2. Okay, so some bad numbers actually. So that's probably why I have to stay back without an anchor.
And then maybe like some of the defensive value of just having an increased contact zone from the 24 to the 23, because maybe some of the awkward numbers can play over your head in the future too, right? Maybe you get yourself like an extra roll or two for him to roll some of those bad numbers. But then you ask yourself, what if he rolls like the 5-1 or the 3-1, and then you wish you had your anchor, right? So
Yeah, that was exactly what happened over the actual game. He lost 3-1, and I was like really glad that now I have an anchor, so I can play.
you could
You
play
know
for
what
the
I
rest
mean?
of the game. Yeah, you breathe deep and you just go, oh, I'm glad I made that play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because then one of his hitting aces doesn't even hit you, because of course just making the 5 point is just so much better. So yeah, I mean, based on the outcome of his rolls, it was the best play, but XG dings you
hmm
anyway, you know? That one wasn't a big deal, so I guess we'll go to game 2, see what we can find
hmm
there. So here's the 6-3 where we made the point, but it was better to break your anchor and make the 9 point. That's
yeah.
a tough one, yeah. that's a that's a
uh,
that's a rough one, very very rough. Because once you make your anchor, you're not trying to just break it on the next on like one of the next rolls, right? I mean, my goodness,
well, I mean, even if I have unlimited time, I'm not sure if I could find the right play. I mean,
no.
obviously, I have seen the right play, then I wasn't sure, and I just didn't spend time on it. But as I said, even if I have time, it's like like coin flip. You know what I mean?
Whether or not you could pull the
Coin.
trigger on it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the 6-2 here. I saw this in the match, and it seemed to go pretty quickly for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I thought about just making the ace and slotting the 5 and not giving up the blocking structure here, because obviously there's a lot of rolls that just concede the outfield and allow him to jump off the anchor here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this one I regret. The key is the thing is his inner ball is not strong enough. I'm not sure, but if he had 3 point ball, 4-5-6, not 2-5-6, the stronger 3 point ball, then my play would be justified. But as it is, even if I get hit, his structure is not strong enough to contain me. So I could take some risk. My idea was just leave no shot. I didn't care about having 8 point. It doesn't. It has very small blocking barrier, anyways. But the point is, the best play could make a 5 point, right?
It could make the
Uh,
5 point, and it doesn't leave your home board double blotted either, right?
yeah, no,
Which
double
allows
blot.
him to play a little bit more
Yeah,
open on the outside. There's
I
a lot
see.
less
Yeah,
risk for
yeah, good
him.
point. Yeah, good
Yeah.
point. Yeah, you are right. You're right.
Because
Yeah,
then he
yeah.
got to leave the outside shots, and then
Mm-hmm.
you wonder, like,
Mm-hmm.
can I even hit you now
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of the structure of my own home board, right?
Yeah. I'm not really looking for into hitting him, but you're right. If I leave a double shot, of course he's happy to, play as loose as he's possible. So
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's it
yeah.
for the second game. Let me see this here. Was this the game? No, no, there was a different one. Yeah, yeah, of course, this is a pass. Now we're on to game three. The 4-1 obviously is fine. There's no real errors in this play. What was this cube decision here? Just a missed cube? Ah, yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
missed cube in game three. Yeah, so when he made, I wasn't sure about his 5-1 play, but I guess it's totally fine. I made some comment about it. I don't know if I myself, I might have made an error here if I was playing his side of this game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, but
Well,
no,
he actually plays really good.
yes,
Over the board, I feel like I wasn't sure. Like I actually, feel I'm very bad. So I expected to lose before I see the analysis. Jesus, because I didn't see any of his blunders. You know what I mean?
me
So
too. Along the way, there were very few.
yeah. Usually I play against a weak opponent. I could spot some mistakes. So I'm pretty sure that okay, probably I'm gonna win the PR battle. But then this match, I wasn't really sure, and had
Yeah,
very very bad feeling. I like playing for next match, but of
yeah.
course he outplayed me, so he
I,
deserved to win.
I don't know if I could have played 24 to 23 here. That's my only issue as him when on move number 3 for black. Like
Right,
I,
but
I'm
he
I'm
has.
up
I
in the
mean,
race. I know there's a lot of stuff going on, but he's like up in the race and he's kind of like blocking himself against your structure when he's up in the race. I would have found it's the right play what he did, but I would have had a very hard time making it.
That's true, but on the other hand, I have 10 checkers in the zone, so I'm all for attacking already. So I was expecting him to come out with 5, like 23-18 and 9-8 or something like that. Then, I would double like 1 second because I wouldn't hesitate. I have so many blocks to hit with. I have many checkers in the zone, so I would double. But after his play, now I see, okay, he has an anchor. I need to roll a 3, otherwise he's going to make a 4 point. And even after I roll a 3, he can just enter and maybe he takes
Ah,
anyway.
okay.
So that tricked me into not doubling. And
Ah,
his play was great. Not only it's the best play, but also stopped me from doubling.
it induced an error. You were like, actually, that's a really solid play, and because
Yeah.
you made that play over another play, I'm not going to double.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Very
Mm-hmm.
wise, yeah. So
It's a good
that's
play against donkey like me.
yeah. It's stopped to the cube, the solid play. No, that's
Yeah.
good. I mean, I think I would have still found the cube here just because I would have thought the play was an error because I would have done something different and I would have been like, well, now he's blocking himself. Now I'm definitely gonna cube. Whereas if he made the other play, it might have tricked me the other way and I might not have because I'm a fish, you know? All right. Well, that's good. So you want to go on to wait, what was this one here? No, that's nothing. So game 4. Actually, let me just see the cube here. What was this one? Was this game?
Game number 3.
No, yeah, game number 3, the double. I might have actually taken this one, even though it is a
Yeah,
pass.
me too. Me
I,
too. Me
I,
too.
I might have snatched this one for sure. It's really
I'm not
close.
gonna switch as snatch, but
Well, if I'm
I was
taking it,
tentative
I'm
to
gonna
take.
take
Yeah.
it confidently, just so they know that I'm
Mm.
I'm confident with the take. But look, it's
Oh,
right on the
yeah.
border, double
But
pass for sure.
by the way, I learned the match with UBC setting, the XG plus plus everything, and
Okay.
he plays 3.5. I play 4.13, so he deserves to win. He outplayed me by point 0.5 or something. So
Yeah, I have it on like plus for most of it, and it says like yeah 4.07, 3.59. So yeah, no,
hmm
he played well. So game
hmm
4, let's see what's going on here. Yeah, I would have because it's really hard, right? Because he has to still get around. You've got the ace and the deuce open. There are a lot of checkers there. Things could go wrong, but he just might not
yeah,
roll a
but on the
5 for
other
a
hand,
while. You lose a
I
lot of
mean,
gammons.
yeah, he has
You
13 checkers in the zone, and I'm, one on the bar, and
yeah.
I'm checking on the 24. So
I
it's
thought it
really
was
scary.
I thought it was very close.
Mm, mm.
And so, yeah, I don't know why he didn't hit here with the 6-2. This is like probably one of. It's funny, some of the plays like you find, and then some of the plays you kind of overthink and you miss. Him.
Yeah, this one is probably the only one that I was like, really, you know?
Yeah, yeah, because it just allows you to build with every roll. Now, I
Hmm.
know ultimately this is probably the reason why he ended up winning because there was no counterplay on the other side, like, but
Hmm.
you got to make your points. But yeah, like I definitely hit because you just get to play every roll.
Right. I
Yeah.
have so many good numbers.
And then the double here. So this was the cube decision,
Hmm.
where he cubed you, and it was a pass.
Yeah, wow. This is I don't know. Okay, it's he's five away and I'm six away. Usually this score, um, it's easier for money to take the cube. But maybe positionally wise, it's just too bad.
Well,
I mean,
winning chance wise for you, it says it's around 24% winning chances, and you
mm-hmm,
lose like almost
mm-hmm,
17% gammons.
mm.
I guess you're just
But
too primed, and that dilly builder on the 3 point there
right. What's
is
gonna
is
happen?
is
What can
pretty
I
bad,
do?
right?
How can I win? I mean,
You have to roll double ones.
I need a miracle to make a climb.
Yeah,
It's almost impossible to climb him, and it's very weak it's very weak attacking position anyways. Say he leaves an anchor, then I have to attack him. And then so what? Most likely, I gonna break 8 point to hit him, and it's just dead.
ends up being too much work.
Yeah, it's a little bit too much. But I guess I took because the score, I have an anchor, the race is even, nothing has really happened yet, I thought, but it's actually over already.
Yeah, and this double fours I thought was an interesting play that he had. I
Hmm.
wasn't too keen on giving you numbers out by breaking the solid structure, but in the speed match, I couldn't find a way to just keep it. But
Mm.
he made the 3 and played to the 9, but the best play was just bringing everything to the 5 point, which seems right,
Yep.
just because it's just impossible for you to leave without splitting
Hmm.
into it.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, but then it kind of induced the next play, which was the 6-5, and you're down in the race, so I couldn't see myself running off of the anchor here. But playing 13-2, which is the best play, is just really hard to do.
Well, yeah, I was sure that I'm gonna win more games by running off the anchor, and it was true.
Yeah,
But as you said, that it was too many gammons. So, but I also didn't want to play 13-2. This is kind of a resigning play.
pretty
Well, I
much.
should have resigned two rows before. That's why I have to play
Yeah,
this.
now you have to make this silly 13-2 play because you should have resigned 2 moves ago.
Yeah, I mean, I have no excuse of this blunder. I mean, not a blunder, but a big error.
Yeah.
But that's why this shows that how dead my position was. You know what I mean?
That you're trying to resuscitate it by playing to the 12 when now you're trying to do these things to stop the gammons, and the gammons were the reason why it was a pass to begin with, right?
Hmm.
All
Hmm.
right.
Hmm.
All right, well, that's interesting. Well, the rest of the game was played really well. Um,
Yeah. I just got gammoned very
and
quickly.
and let's look at the last game here. What do we have here? Anything? So just making the blocking structure on move 9
To one.
with the 2-1.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. Of course, you just want to keep the
Well,
guy from leaving
yeah.
his
Now it's
anchor.
clear to make a 10, of course. You wanna leave. You wanna stay back on a 23 to get more shots, and you blocked the 10 point. And
Yeah, I was saying
but
I
of
don't know
course,
how he's going to get this structure around and home. I didn't know how he was going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Well, it's a speed thing as well. I have like 20 seconds or so. I
mhm.
didn't want to spend too much time on this. I just saw my pip count. I'm okay. I'm up. And 10-8 looks fine. I have an extra build on 8 points, so I just made a play.
And this 5-4. Oh yeah, yeah. So this was probably the main reason why his PR was a 3.5, right? Because this one is pretty big. Him not just making the anchor here.
Which one are you talking about?
Move number 16 on game 5.
Mm-hmm. Ah, okay.
Yeah, that I think that's the reason why his PR ended up being like in the mid threes anyway, right? Because most of the way
Mm-hmm.
there weren't very many errors, but this one ends up being really big. So
Mm-hmm.
so why is
Mm-hmm.
this error as big as it is here? What's the idea? What is it? What's it missing?
Um,
I mean, I know it just stops a lot of counterplay, right? But like,
right.
if it's the Crawford game and all he wants to do is win the single game, why is it so wrong to then enter with the 4 and hit you with the 5?
Mm. Well, I'm not really sure, but if he just play quiet, then I really have to roll a 5 or 6 to come out. Otherwise, I'm gonna clench my structure. And it's probably the main thing is that it leaves too many numbers. Like any two is pretty good, and most aces are good except like 1-5 maybe, but
Mm.
1-4, 1-3, 1-2 double ace would be really nice. So it's basically he gave me like 18 good numbers as opposed to not so
Not
many. I
many.
mean,
And
yeah,
even if
yeah.
he comes out, right, it doesn't mean he can bring that checker to safety, and you might be able to hit him on the outside anyway, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what happened was he rolled the 2-1, and then you got
Yeah.
a lot of counterplay right away. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you get to double hit, and, if he doesn't perform, the game can be over really, really quickly.
Mm-hmm. Well, he rolled 5 or 4 3 times in a row. So, but of
Yeah.
course, I then move number 20. I rolled double two. I played something. At that point, again, I had like I don't remember, about 20 seconds or so. So I just play as I see it's a play.
Mm.
But it's again, it's not easy play, even if I have like 2 minutes. You know what I mean?
Of
There's a bunch of
course.
plays. Like you could
So many
switch to the
options.
midpoint, yeah, leave a blot on the 15 or
So,
17,
what's
or
the idea behind this play here? Is it just the duplication of the 5, or is it just
I,
switching the point makes it easier to get it home later?
I think duplication is a big thing here.
Yep.
It's really, I'm not getting hit here is very vital, because not getting hit means that he has to leave a blot. Right. So my play leaves, I don't know how many, but every ace 5 plus 8 and 9s, and
All the
yeah,
combination numbers on the outside to hit on the 13 as well, right?
yeah, 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 yeah,
Which I'm
yeah,
sure
yeah.
adds up to a lot.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, and his play before, I would have just hopped out too with the after with the 6 instead of playing to the 7, because you get extra pressure on the blot on the 8 point, and you're not
Mm-hmm.
getting hit with 1-6 and 2-5 from the roof as well. So, I mean, maybe it's still
Mm-hmm.
1-6, but you give yourself many more chances to pick up that second guy. Was there anything else in this match that was interesting at the end
Well,
here?
not really.
Not
I'm
really.
looking forward to hearing your commentary. I haven't, I did not hear you, of
I,
course,
I didn't really
but
I didn't really say much, I was
it's
just
pretty
like
fast. Yeah.
boom boom boom, what's happening?
Yeah.
And it's easier for me to talk sometimes when I'm playing versus watching, because I have my own ideas in my head of what's
Right,
going
right,
on, and I'm
right,
just
right, right.
literally talking to myself about what I'm thinking about when I'm going to make a play. But I have
Mm-hmm.
no idea what anyone else is thinking or why they choose what they're choosing in that moment. And then to see the dice roll and comment on it before the play's already made, it's impossible. But one of the interesting plays that isn't a big error, but in the fifth game, when he was trying to bring this home to win this final game, he had a double twos to play that I'm looking at right now on move number 26.
Ah, yeah, 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 yeah.
And obviously,
Wow.
switching isn't bad,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just not right, even though he's denying you the opportunity to make the ace point. And is that just because he's got a lot of work to still get home still, and maybe, the fives are, I don't know. I mean, obviously the error is really small, but I thought it was interesting that not switching to stop the ace point was the wrong idea. I thought that was a pretty good play, actually.
Yeah, it's actually I mean, I would switch for sure because if I roll an ace, then I have a game forever.
Got a game
By
forever,
switching, yeah, by switching, I rolled like double three or double five to survive. So I really
to
don't know.
survive, but how well do you survive versus like an ace point game with the 4 and 5 not made, you know what I mean? Where even if you hit later, he'll already have a bunch of checkers off, and the structure doesn't allow
Yeah.
for a containment anyway, right? So maybe that's
hmm
the reason why.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that
no,
could be.
that was interesting. Obviously, I was hoping, because I don't know the other player, that even though you lost the match, you were going to win the PR, so I could watch another one. And then,
Yeah, yeah, me too.
I was, like, I know you, I'm rooting for you either way, but like, I just want to watch more. But no, thank you for coming on and talking about the
It's a
match
very,
afterwards.
yeah, no problem. I mean, it's very exciting format actually, because it's PR and result. So the strong players had a bigger advantage,
Very big
but not
advantage.
overwhelming. As you see, that I'm probably a better player than him, but
On average, for sure, but any
yeah,
given
they're
Sunday.
nervous. Yeah, it's 7 point match. He's a good player. He's 2,400 rating.
That's
So
strong.
if
That's
he
strong. I
plays
was
good
surprised to
and
see
if
his
I
rating
play,
was so strong. I hadn't played him before on Galaxy.
oh, okay, but I know him. I know him from live tournaments, so I knew he is a good
Oh,
player.
okay,
And
good.
just being in last 32 proves that he's a good player already.
You can't make it there
Uh,
without out PRing your opponents.
sure. And it's a speed gammon, so it's even more. What to say? Not I'm not gonna say luck, but sometimes you make a play, like you don't know, like you have to pick one of the play because you don't have a time to think about it. You could have reached the right decision maybe after like 30 seconds, but you can't do that. So you gotta just pick it.
Playing speed
Yeah,
induces
a lot
faster
of
play,
interesting.
which
Yeah.
leads to sometimes weaker play over the board. There's certainly plays that you would never make in a slow match that you
Yeah.
just find yourself
hmm
doing because a decision has to be made. And I always think about there's a video on my channel where Mochy was playing, I guess, in maybe the finals of a super speed event. And
Uh-huh.
there was like a double fours or something that he rolled that like would have hit and would have
Yeah,
won the
I
match.
know it's a double three against
Double
Mislav,
three,
right?
yeah, against
He didn't see
Mislav.
it.
I did an XG video for that on my channel, and
hmm
go watch the video. It's on my channel, by the way. No, for the viewers out there, but yeah, like a play you would never miss any other day in your life, unless, of course, you had like 3 seconds
Right.
on your clock and you don't have the time to think about it. So it happens to everybody.
Yeah, I'm obviously very disappointed because I'm out of the tournament already. But now I can retire from speed gammon for a while because speed gammon is not my strong suit anyways.
No,
And I,
Mochy, don't stop playing speed. It's fun. It's fun. It's not. It's fun, and it's honestly like, although the variance in the PR is going to be broader, right? In
yeah.
a match like this, there's a reason why in chess there's like your slow chess champion, and then you have like your speed chess too. And I remember, what was it? Magnus Carlsen was playing for the world championship. I think it was last time, right? And it ended up being a
hmm
tiebreak after all the slow games, right? And then
Yeah. Then Magnus just crushed
they
him.
played
Yeah.
30-minute matches, right? Afterwards.
hmm
And a
hmm
lot of people in the chess world, cuz I also play chess and I teach chess, were like, "Why?" Cuz in the very last game, he had a position, the very last slow game, I'll say.
hmm
He had a position where he had an advantage.
hmm
And people were asking why you didn't press that advantage to try to win that last slow game. And the
hmm
whole idea in my mind for him was, well, in slow chess, we're very even,
hmm hmm
But
hmm
Magnus Carlsen, his rating
hmm
in 30-minute games is like over 100 points higher than the other guy. So he's like,
Yeah, yeah.
why am I going to press myself to play this slow game when I have an advantage in the faster games against him later? So he just pushed it
Right.
off, and then he beat him in like every single game afterwards, and it was just done, right? So they're very
Mm-hmm.
different
Mm-hmm.
games, very, very different games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect many people in the world to be able to out PR you in a slow game, you know, or uh, and ever.
Well, I mean,
Although
in the
this
long
Hideki
run,
Ueda match
hopefully,
coming
but
up, it should be very interesting.
yeah. But well, anyway, it's gonna be a very interesting tournament, and I
Yeah.
hope my opponent do better, and hope he wins so that I'm not gonna embarrass too much,
Well, you know, if you want to stream anything and talk about any of the upcoming matches going on, I'm sure we'd be happy to watch. I myself am going to have to sign off on this because I signed up for one. I've been asked to do more, but I don't know if I can necessarily dedicate the time today, even though I might watch a few more if anybody else wants to stream. But
Right. Well, tomorrow there will be a very interesting session going on. The David Wells against Kazuki Yokota. They
I
play
saw that coming
a
up.
money game, and the one have to beat the other
How are they
over 100
playing?
points.
How are they playing money on Galaxy?
I think they're gonna play on Backgammon, not Galaxy,
Okay, because I
because
saw that the
yeah,
first day was going to be on Galaxy, and I said, how are they going to play for money on there?
yeah, we plan to. I mean, not me, but they plan to play on 25-point match, and just ignore the match lengths. But then they realize that there will be some issue. Like, for example, in the end, maybe they couldn't use a big cube like 8 cube or 16 cube. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you lose a lot of equity in a lot of those decisions later on in the matches with racing cubes and all these other
Yeah,
sorts of
yeah,
things.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, they
yeah.
could say they could chat that I'm gonna double to 4, double to 8
It's
by
it's it's a bit
studying.
awkward.
Yeah, it's awkward. Also, sometimes it's not possible because there's the out roll. You know what I mean? If the
Yeah.
cube is dead, they just roll the dice.
Yeah,
So,
you don't
so
get a
you,
chance. So you can play for
yeah,
money.
yeah,
You can have
yeah.
an unlimited. I'll say you won't play for money. You'll have an unlimited setup on Grid. But
hmm
then, how are most people going to watch? Is someone going to be? Are you going to be streaming? I know you're going to be streaming the first day, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna stream, and from the second day, the mate, we're gonna stream, I think.
Okay. Is anyone going to be
Yeah.
doing commentary on that one, or Ms. Mark or
I mean, it's
anybody?
gonna
Or
be a long one. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's 100. If you have to beat the guy 100 points, then it's
So
gonna take like thousands games. You know what I mean?
how
So
is Kazuki in the money games? I know David Wells is a bit of an underground legend.
yeah.
Everybody in
Well,
New
watch
York
out.
knows who Wells is.
I just uploaded my video, interview video with Kazuki, so you can check it out and how
It's on your channel
confident he was. Yes,
on the
yes, I
BG
did
Mochy
it
YouTube channel.
like 30 minutes ago or so. Actually,
Okay.
1 hour ago. Yeah. So check it out, please.
I'll definitely watch that. Everyone, please go over and watch that. There's another streaming match coming up tomorrow. And what time is that?
Yeah. It's gonna be 11 o'clock Japanese time. I mean Japan time.
Yep.
So it's gonna be
I think I looked that up. Is that like 10 p.m. New York time? Is that what that is
10 p.m. New
tomorrow?
York time.
No,
Yeah, yeah,
today.
yeah.
Today for me.
Yeah, I don't know it's today
Yeah.
or
Okay.
tomorrow.
Yeah. Exactly. So if it's 11 a.m. right now in New York, that means like at 10 p.m. tonight is when
Yeah,
it's going
sure.
to start. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess in
Yeah,
roughly 11 hours or so.
yeah, it's exactly 11 hours or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. All right.
hmm
Well, I'm definitely gonna watch that, especially since you're
Cool.
doing commentary, and we'll see how Kazuki's money game is. It was interesting watching him play the UBC style event before,
Yeah.
and a few friends of mine had some bets on that, and we'll see
hmm
how this goes. So I'm excited for that. Well, thank you for doing this, and
Thank you very much.
I had fun watching and going over this, and I'll see you later.
All right. Thank you. Have
Of
a nice
course.
day.
Have a good
Bye,
one.
Justin.
Bye.
Yep. Bye.
All right, everyone. Thank you. If you want to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, have a good day. Peace.